Right. Let's just skip that music. Sorry, I usually like to blend it in, but yeah, it took me a bit longer to start there. Hello. Another live stream this week. We're getting through them, aren't we? After not doing live streams for about what? I don't know what it was, about maybe a month. It was a long time, so I do apologise. But if you're not on my Discord or social media, or you didn't see my latest YouTube post, then go and check that out, and that'll give you an idea of why things have been quiet here. Yeah, we've got another little co-pilot heading into the family soon, so 2027 is going to be a busy one for me. So everything that I want to do, including this cockpit build, which is still, I'm about to do a bit more stuff with that. I'm actually going to get some more bits done, hopefully in the next week or two. I've got a Amazon basket full of stuff, so I can get on with adding in some extra detail. Basically, some of the leather trim on the top and the bottom. So I'm going to add the leather trim that goes across the top of the dash, and then also the leather trim that goes around the pedestal. And then in that basket is a load of wires, longer mini HDMI cables, longer USB cables, a new USB hub as well. So yeah, I've got that basket should bring things up to a point of just before hopefully getting some more hardware for it. So you guys will hopefully be able to see some full flights before Christmas. Hopefully, fingers crossed, some full flights in the cockpit. Will be nice to do some live streams and obviously get out the video showing you the process of building the cockpit and actually showing you guys what I did to do all of that. Thanks guys, thank you Air Odessa and Sion Studios, thank you so much, I really appreciate it guys. So yeah, just for a bit of context, I actually ordered everything to start the cockpit build, so all the wood, kind of the main bits of wood, and then we obviously found out about the baby. So it was perfect timing, wasn't it? Perfect timing. Right, so what are we doing today? We are going to be taking a look at this new ChasePlane update. This is the spotting update. Now, before we get into it, what I do want to say is that if you're updating your ChasePlane through the installer, so on your Parallel 42 account, you download the installer or the updater, the ChasePlane installer or update. Sorry, it's the ChasePlane Manager, I think it's called now. And if you're updating it and you're seeing kind of reinstall or update or repair or whatever, and you press that, it is most likely going to update you to a much older version. If you go into the previous version button, go into there, and then you'll see some higher numbers. You'll actually see bigger versions or newer versions, and that's the one you want to download. So don't download latest version, which should be the case. Go into the little underneath, it'll say previous versions, and find the very latest version. Download that, and then you should get the update. It is worth pointing out that the ChasePlane post for this, kind of the website post, mentioned that obviously this is the kind of the main update now before it's going to go into its full stable product, that's what they're called. So it's going to go from its early release pricing to its final pricing. It doesn't say much else about the pricing and what it's going to be. Then it goes on to what is spotting and stuff like that. And I'm going to show you as much as I can today, including I'm not going to show you the companion side of things, but I'll show you it working on my phone just by holding it up to the camera. If you guys were in the Zhevietsky Design mobile live stream, you would have actually seen at the very end I did have a little bit of a go at this. So we're going to have a go. I'll show you it brought up on my phone and show you how you can seamlessly control this new spotting update with your phone. I think you can also just control ChasePlane entirely from it anyway, not just the spotting update. Can you turn it into a cot? Tell you what, mate, there's enough wood there. I mean, it might look like a weird cot. Do you know what? I think the pedestal, if I took out the center part, you could probably fit a newborn baby in there. Like, it'll be a cool idea. Like, you know, as an av geek, I'm not going to do that. No, I'll get reported or something, won't I? Be all over the internet. Geek YouTube flight sim YouTuber puts his newborn in an Airbus center pedestal. It'd look cool though, especially if I put the trim around it, the leather trim. Anyway, right, let's get into it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Don't worry. Let's get into this. So I thought what would be cool is we'd actually get into the Juice Goose, because that is also from Parallel 42 as well. And we're outside. Oh, where's my controls gone? Has the sim crashed? It hasn't crashed, because... There we go. Don't know what happened there. Right, we're outside Manchester Terminal 2. This is where I will be at the end of the month, ready to catch my flight at silly hours of the morning. Well, not really silly hours in the morning. But yeah, I'll be here at the end of the month catching my flight. We're in Innie Builds, Manchester, of course, and I thought what we'll do is I think we'll try and go to different spots around the world potentially, but we'll start off at Manchester, of course, because this is kind of my main international airport, isn't it? It's my local international airport. Planespotting Mike, just quick hello from the coach on the way back from Blackpool. I hope you had a good time, mate. The weather looked great. All your photos look great. Planespotting Mike, again, go and check out his channel. Go and subscribe. He will be putting up some content from Blackpool Air Show, which looks fantastic. It looked fantastic, especially the MiG. That was something that I was a bit jealous about. So what we're going to do is, guys, we're going to take the Juice Goose. We're going to take the Juice Goose around to the runway viewing park here at Manchester. Now, because Innie Builds have obviously mapped quite a lot of the perimeter around the viewing park, I thought it'd be pretty cool. One thing that isn't updated though is there's a little road, I think, down the side of the car park here at Manchester Terminal 2 now, where you can actually cut around. But I know I'm on the wrong side of the road. I understand that. We're in the morning, and then there should be a roundabout here. The traffic should be injected, so we might actually be able to see some aircraft on stand here. Yeah, well, there we go. There's a Jet 2 over there. We're going to have to cut over now, because that's the car park over there. There we go. There's no fence here. What's going on here, Innie Builds? Whoa, there should be a fence here. But there's I think, is it an A321 or A320 Neo on the in the Jet 2 Holidays livery just there. But yeah, there is a road here now that you can actually fully cut across to kind of make the journey a bit less busy. Oh no, it's here. It's kind of here. So if you can basically make a right turn here now, and they've built an actual road around the car park. But anyway, let's get onto the viewing park. We've got to go all the way around here. I've done this walk so many times in real life. It's quite similar. There's more trees on the other side of the road, for sure. There's definitely not this big ditch. Some airtime there. Some speed on this Juice Goose, isn't he? Oh! It was going so well as well. My early years. Oh yeah, there's some things that are blocking me. I'm going to blame that. There's some things blocking me. Here we go. So, oh. It's definitely not like this. There's a little road down here called Avro Way, which isn't that one. And we're going to go down this road, and it'll take us to the viewing park. Now, there isn't any actual vehicle accessibility down here for vehicles, but there is for people. You can walk down here. So this is kind of the freight terminal. I think we are going over speed limit here. Nope, it's fine. There should be a Greg's here. This is great for the Yeah, for the viewing, for the av geeks, the plane spotters at the viewing park. I've got many a steak bacon sausage roll from there in the past. And then you'll have a good look at all of the infrastructure of Manchester Airport, all of the freight terminal and the hangars. And as I say, you can't take a car down here. You'd have to come in from the other direction. But you can walk down here. And you can just walk through these barriers. And there's the good old Romper pub. This has been there for so many years. There's a bit, I tell you what, there's a bit of elevation issues around here, but I tell you what, the authenticity though, Build's got it spot on. They really, really did. There's a church there. And then all we do is we go down here and hit some more trees. It's a full, that was a full, I don't know, 360, more than 360. It was a good spin. But yeah, this of it. Never get in a car with me. Because I haven't got a driving license, that's why. But just don't ever get in a car with me if I ever offer it. You can see the tail of the Emirates A380 there as well. Now, what I'm doing is I'm using Beyond ATC for the AI traffic today, guys, because the FSLTL injector, as we saw last time, the aircraft isn't the aircraft don't seem to be going down the right runways, or at Heathrow in particular, you'll have the aircraft departing, and there we go. You can see an EasyJet going out there now, guys. Look at that in the morning sun. Anyone nearby get off the pavement? Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no. Beyond ATC seems to be a bit better with the aircraft using the right runways, and also as well, I've noticed the movement of the aircraft is a lot better. So it's not spot on, but the as the aircraft land on the runway, they do a bit of a flare. So they do, you know, the aircraft do flare just before they touch down. With the FSLTL injector, the aircraft movement, they just smack down on the runway. That's not to say there's any issue. There's no issues with the Beyond ATC injection. But yeah, here we are at the RVP, the runway viewing park here at Manchester. It replicated so well, by the way. Massive shout out to Builds for how amazing this is. It looks exactly like it. And yeah, let's get into this. So obviously I had to use Manchester to start with. Parallel 42 in the chat. If you find the traffic in CPU, you can track it from the cockpit too. Ah, okay. Yeah, I've seen some people do some really interesting things with it. The fact that you could, because you can track, you can actually use the camera. I'll show you all this, but you can actually track spots. So what you can effectively do is be in your aircraft and track a spot in, like you, for example, you could track the terminal at all the airports as you come into land. You could also track another aircraft while you're in your aircraft. It is very good. One thing I want to ask you, Parallel 42, is because I haven't seen it and I probably missed it completely. Can you save spots? So I've noticed. I'm going to show you now, guys. Manchester's a good example because they have some really, really great predetermined spots in this, by the way, just to let you know. So here is the interface. I'm going to just make this bigger so you can see it. Obviously, it's going to block the picture. Look at is right away to put it, I guess. Yeah. But I'm wondering if you can actually save the spots. Here's the options of what you do. Yep, absolutely. You hit the create button at the... Ah, okay. Okay, see, I didn't see that. I only had a quick look at it on the last live stream, but hopefully we'll get to show a bit more on this live stream. So you can, as it said in the post, you can track airline, obviously. You can track airplanes, helicopters, ground vehicles, animals, which is insane, boats, balloons, and then you can tweak everything here, what you want to see at a certain altitude, a max altitude, a range. I think I've stuck mine all the way up, and you can do all the strip layout as well. It's really cool. In the home button, you calm from spotting, but it's a good idea. Right, okay. Yeah, I know how to create an actual camera, but I'm thinking more of a custom spot. Like, I'm thinking, like, also as well, I love the fact that we've got, look at this here, we've got a pre-spot, Airline's live tower. So if I click on this now, guys, watch what's going to happen. We've gone right to the Airline's live tower. There we go. And we're on it. And it's a perfect altitude. But what I'm thinking more about here is if I go over to the south side viewing area, we're a bit off the ground, aren't we? And I know, I understand why we are, because obviously there's a fence and we want to have a clear look at everything. Let me just remove the... I've noticed we've got 2 Emirates planes over there. I'm just making sure FS traffic isn't injected as well. But I really, really love that there's the predetermined spots for the most famous spots here at Manchester. You've even got the runway pub as well. But the runway pub is one for me. I'd like to be able to stick the spot over there on the roof. Do you know what I mean? So that's where sometimes Airliners Live do a live stream from. I'd love to be able to, you know, have the camera over there instead. Move the camera, home page, 3rd column at the bottom, create. Okay. Let's do that then. Let's see. Let's have a little go. Gonna open the companion app, which by the way is fantastic. Parallel 42, bravo. I'm still not done with it, by the way. This is the best way of doing virtual plane spotting. It is the best implementation of spotting a spotting camera that has ever been done. I am overwhelmed by it. Let's have a little look. So I love the fact that I can open a window. I can actually start moving the camera away from the actual interface that you guys are seeing. I can also open my phone up and do exactly the same thing. So I've got no UI on the screen at all, which is fantastic. So yeah, the planes, I reckon the spot at the airport pub here should obviously be a bit over here. Around here, and then we can obviously turn the camera around using the off-screen companion app. So what we're saying, what do you guys say? Move the camera, home page, 3rd column at the bottom, create. Ah, okay. So this is exactly what I was thinking, but also as well, it definitely needs a. I think it needs a button inside the spotting menu, so it's totally independent. But yeah, I'm made up that it's there, and I'm assuming you guys won't find it hard to actually put this in there. Let's put. Oh, we might have a plane here. There we go. Look at that, guys. I'll show you how it all tracks. But look, they're using runway 05 left for departures. Spot on. Look at that. Airport pub roof. Track aircraft. Make this so you can track aircraft. We could do, yeah. Okay, so can we also go back into spotting now? And is it there? Yeah, it is. Look at that. So I can go to the south side area where we were before. I can also go to the pub roof. Yes. It's a no-brainer. It should be totally there. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, I mean, guys, listen, it's not a critique. It's more of a... Yeah, but I'm so glad it's there because... obviously, I know people will want to add, like, I've been to Heathrow. We'll go to Heathrow in this live stream, but I've been to Heathrow, and there's going to be loads of opportunities to add some of the various spots around Heathrow Airport, because there's so many. And obviously, with Manchester, with this one on this particular runway is great. The Airliner's live tower is also a fantastic one. Now, guys, let me show you a bit more of this on screen here. I know it's going to take some real estate up on the live stream, but... let me show you. So it looks like we're on single runway ops at the minute, possibly. So if we zoom in, you can see all of the different aircraft. You can see their registrations. Obviously, the registrations aren't going to link up with the AI traffic at all, but your airlines and your aircraft type will. Now, what I think is amazing is the Move To button. So the Move To button, it's activated here. If I click the Move To button and say, for example, I don't want to make it a realistic spot. Like, for example, this is a realistic spot at Manchester. You can go there and you can go to this spot. Same as Southside and same as the airport pub. But if I want to make a spot here, there you go. And if I'm also tracking an aircraft at the very same time, it will continue to track that aircraft. So let me just show you. If I press target and I target the Emirates, look how smooth the camera transitions are as well. That's another thing that I'm very, very impressed with, is how smooth the camera is when the aircraft are flying, when they're taking off, when they're landing. The camera movement is amazing. The transitions, now we're most likely going to get the resource heavy message on this, but I need to take off. I can't hear that plane. Where's that plane? There we go. It works. It's fantastic. And like I said before, we can jump right back to the... Look at that. That's so good. Oh, nice. Okay, so... So we can jump back to the Airliners Live thing, and we can continue to track the aircraft that I was tracking just then, which is this British Airways shuttle. What are you saying, Parallel 42? There is a secret control assignment that allows you to track an aircraft that you're manually looking at. It's called Target Center Traffic in the preferences, rather. Where would it be? Am I looking in the right place? Probably not. Help me out, Parallel 42. Let me know where it is. Oh, we are. Is this it? If your mouse pan around, you can want to track the aircraft you're looking at. So you can press this. If you use the search field at the top, that would be a lot better, wouldn't it? What did you say? Target center. There we go. Ah, right. Okay, that's cool. No assignments being made. What can we do for that assignment? Can I use me macro thing on this keyboard? F16. Okay, let's do that. So on the ChasePlane menu now, if I go to spotting, there's also a little bit of camera shake, like you're also holding the camera, which I do appreciate. I think it's really, really cool. So if I target over here, which you can just do. Ah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so basically what's happening here now, guys, is if there's something flying or there's something going on, say for example taxiing out, if I manually look at it, it's not locked on now, as you can see, it's not tracking. If I press the key, it will track onto that aircraft. That is cool. That is cool. I love that. I love that. There's not much traffic going on here at the minute, I must admit. Beyond ATC is working, and it's up to the max as well. It's up to like the maximum traffic, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. Is it because we're really late in the day? Maybe, I don't know. Is it affected by it? But that is cool. I love that. Also, that's probably a bit better lighting as well. So like I say, you can press on target. You can target a specific point in the world at the airport, or you can press on it again and it will take the lock off that. And obviously you can scroll and stuff like that, and I've been using the companion app for this as well. So I can basically, what I can do is I can go into the companion here. I can go to remote. Now the companion brings up another window. Is it AI we can lock on, or other folk flying online? You can also do it for VATSIM, I believe, and a couple of the others, I believe. From what I've read on the post, you can do it on VATSIM and a couple of others. So what I can do, guys, I can actually scan the QR code. Now, obviously, you have to be on the same network. Make sure that you're on the same network. But as you can see, I am now on the interface. And yes, I can go into the control. And I'll try and do this as best as can, but it's so cool, man. Look at that. And I can also go into the actual spotting menu. I can bring up the exact same map that I've got. I can use the other ones as well. I can use the rotate the camera and everything. Look at that. I can adjust the altitude as well of the camera. So if you wanted to, you can obviously, you know, you can put it down to ground level. Here's the EasyJet taxiing out now, so this will give you a bit more of an opportunity to see what I mean about it. So if we go over to, where is this EasyJet? I've noticed that the tracking sometimes is a bit behind. So that's that EasyJet. And obviously what we can do also as well, we can just obviously lock onto that EasyJet as well. Just by using that key press bind, that parallel 42, let me know. We tried to use the accelerometer to mimic the foam motion, but oh, that is so cool. And there you go, guys. You can see the camera. Like I say, the smoothness of the camera tracking is just incredible. And while I'm tracking as well, I can obviously go back into the phone and I can zoom out. Zoom right in on the aircraft there. You can see obviously it's not the best because it's, I don't know if it's FS traffic models or FSLTL. I think that is FS traffic by the looks of the wheels. But what we can do is, folks, we can just track that EasyJet all the way out. And as you can see, the viewpoint looks exactly like the viewpoint airliners live have when they're doing their live streams. It is fantastic. It really is. I've not seen any aircraft land as of yet, though. That's the only thing. But this is how you do a spotting camera. It's seamless. It works. It's got the map on there, so you can tell what aircraft you're going to be looking at, the altitude, everything. You can go into. You can also tweak it to your heart's content as well. You've got all of your different aircraft types. You can click on them, clicking on the actual one will take you to it. It'll actually take you to the aircraft, and it'll, let me see if it's this one. I don't know if I can do that. Can I do that? See, it'll take you onto a chase view. Do you know what I mean? But then obviously you can also track the aircraft as well. So I want to go back to the viewpoints. And I want to obviously track the EasyJet that's going out, and I can click on him there. He's there. He's obviously not in view. It's just done so well. Like I can't reiterate that too much. You'll hear me just completely bigging this update up, and because it's been done with how I think the virtual plane spotting kind of function should be, is having the map so you can see it. The added extras like being able to control it from a different window on a different monitor is brilliant, and then being able to do it on your phone as well. Also the fact that there's little touches of where it's going to be like it's out of view, but it's still tracking it, and then it goes back into view as well, and does all the little bits of zooming for you. It is brilliant. It's very well done, as you can see with the footage. I just think, and listen, it's not for everyone. People don't want to sit there and virtual plane spot in the sim, but sometimes it's just a bit relaxing to do. The VR support is still an issue. Parallel 42 are in the chat, guys. Just obviously give a massive shout out to them, and thank you for them coming to the chat as well and spending some time. If you've got any questions, obviously I'm sure they'll be able to answer them. I don't think VR support. I haven't had a VR headset for a while now. But it would be amazing to be able to do this with VR support. And then, as I can say, you can just jump right to that spot that I made before. And there we go. We're on the airport pub roof. Look at how nice the tracking is. The framing of the aircraft to stay all in shot. There's a bit of jitteriness and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. But I think that's more to do with my system. And also, the AI traffic isn't still amazing. You know, it's not the very, very best it could be. Bloody little fly. But yeah, it's brilliant. The movements of the turning of the aircraft there still needs to be worked upon. But from what I could tell, I did try it with FSLTL, and it does work. It tracks every AI traffic as far as I'm concerned. But the FSLTL traffic, for some reason, with this new Navigraph thing, even though you can actually enable the Navigraph function in beyond ATC now, it's still, for some reason, at Heathrow, for example, it'll just use one single runway for departures and arrivals. It's a bit weird. We haven't had any issue with VR, to be honest with you. Just haven't tested it yet. Right, okay. Perfect. But yeah, at the minute there doesn't seem to be any arrivals also at Manchester. This aircraft is at... Can we actually see the flight path of these aircraft, by the way, guys? Can we actually see where they're going to and from? Is that a thing? Have I missed that completely? That's removed. Yeah, exactly, because obviously it's people's real aircraft, and there's going to be obviously a lot more detail with that as well. I'm just thinking, can we see the destination and arrival on these aircraft? Obviously, if we click this now, we're not gonna be able to see it. But if we move to it, we can actually track it with a chase plane kind of camera. There's no sound, but I don't think that's a chase plane thing. I think that's a AI traffic thing. Also, this aircraft seems to be just banking, but going forward, which is a bit weird. Again, that'll be something to do with the chase plane. Sorry, the AI traffic. But yeah, you can bounce between all these. Oh, there's. Oh, look at this. Oh, this Qatar's coming in to Manchester. Nice. There we go. So what I can do is I can see, this is how seamless it is. I can jump back into, I could go to the viewing park there. I can go to the south side viewing area. And what I can do now is I can target that Qatar plane. Just that's how seamless it is that I can just jump to that Qatar plane and I can track it in. Yeah, sound is a sub issue. Yeah, you can edit the strip in the filters. That yeah, I thought so. We have the destination I-codes, but not the line itself. Okay. You'll also see the AI traffic kind of, it'll stop doing this nosedive type of attitude. You'll see it in a second, kind of straight out to what the aircraft should be. The angle that the aircraft should be. And I found that using the Beyond ATC, I haven't got say intentions, but Beyond ATC has a bit more of a better, as I say, flare that you can see. It's kind of managed that nose down attitude. You'll see that this Qatar Dreamliner will do a bit of a flare, but it won't be perfect. It'll kind of do a flare and then it'll just plonk down. But it is a better movement than what I've seen FSLTL injector do. You'll see, oh, that wasn't great. It was better again, but it was still better than FSLTL's offering, because FSLTL injector, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the whole aircraft just smacks every gear down at once. How to enable spotting mode. So you need to make sure it's updated. Like I say, I don't know the ins and outs about the update, guys, but just for you, obviously Parallel 42, I've noticed that, I know you were rolling it out to people separately, but I've noticed that if you go into the ChasePlane manager, so you basically download the ChasePlane manager, and if you press update, it might not update it to the spotting update. You have to go to the previous versions button, and then in the previous versions list, you'll actually see a load of the updated. You'll see all the new versions, including the one with the spotting. And when you click on it, it'll actually say added spotting menu, and you can download it and it'll update. Bit of jitteriness there, but I'm not concerned about that. You can always find ways around it, yeah. Just easily by going into the they don't hide it much, to be fair, but going into the previous versions button in the manager, you can, I mean, I don't know, I should be saying this, guys, because it's going to have a load of people with the update, and I don't know if that's the idea of it all, but yeah, once you've updated the newest number, the newest version, you go into ChasePlane, and it's up in the menu. Spotting, go into spotting. As long as you've got some kind of traffic injected or VATSIM or whatever, yeah, you know, you can do, it's there for you, and it's so intuitive as well. Like, you're not going to be struggling with you're not going to be struggling with basically controlling this. There's no way. I also noticed as well, some of these planes, the tracking, for example, it might be something to do with maybe it being beyond ATC, or it does. I think it's also FSLTL, but sometimes the tracking does get behind. The Qatar, for example, you'll press on it and then it'll update to where it is. I don't know if that's just a little bit of a bug at the minute. It is the latest and greatest. I wasn't expecting it, to be honest with you guys, and you've absolutely knocked it out the park with this. Especially now that I know how to actually create our own little point, because also as well, there's a load of different viewpoints at Manchester. One of them, obviously, a lot of the south side viewing points. You've also got a point here. So like I showed you guys before, what we can do is we can move to the south side viewing area, which is kind of the main one, I feel. And we can go into, as I say, I can bring up the companion app on the phone and control all of the camera movements. So that's me on my phone. I showed you this before, but just to reiterate, you can see on my phone there, as long as I'm on the same network as obviously the sim is running on, I can control the camera from my phone. I can control everything. I can control the movements as well, side to side, up and down, altitude. So if I want to just bring the altitude up there, like I'm standing on the south side viewing area, and like Parallel 42 showed before, you can go to the home button, click create. We can go into... Hang on, did I do that right then? I can go into there. I can go to Southside Main, I guess. Let's keep all those off. And then I can then go back into spotting. And then we've got an actual... If I move away from this, I should have it, shouldn't I? There we go. So if I move over there, I can then see there's the one. That's that one. That's that one, the original one. And then there is the new one. Move to Southside Main. And there's the camera that I've just created. It's so streamlined. And this will work for every airport. You'll obviously go to the airports around the world, and you'll be able to, if you're a spotter of that particular airport and you know each individual area that is the best to spot, you're going to be able to create these spots if they're not already there, by the way, because we've already got a few. If they're not there already, you'll be able to make them just as you do in real life, just as the place you go in real life. You're going to be able to do that. I don't know why the traffic is so slow. So I think what we'll do is, what version are you right on from the menu? I think I'm on the latest. 32.4.22. That's the view. That's the version I'm on. There could be a newer one, to be honest with you. That's kind of, I think it was at the top of it was the biggest number I could find in that section. We have 3,000 airports with viewpoints. Nice. That is impressive. That is impressive. Very, very impressive. And again, guys, thank you so much for Parallel 42 for being in chat, and obviously all you guys as well. This was something that I really wanted to do because you guys know on the channel we've had a few live streams doing virtual spotting using various tools and various camera solutions. 32.6.16 is the latest. We fixed the delayed traffic issue. Okay. Didn't know that. Probably should have checked. But there you go, guys, just as a bit of a confirmation. I'm not going to go obviously out of the sim and have a look at that at the minute, but I'm a bit annoyed at the traffic though. My traffic is all... Oh, hang on, there's a Ryanair just come in by the looks of it. Again, I can't see that. That might just be behind. That could be that one there. Yeah, it is. There we go. I've also put the radius up a lot as well. Also, can I say as well, the actual satellite map on this menu is insane. Like, the quality of it is very, very good, as you can see. Parallel 42 using some kind of Area 51 camera or something like that, but it's very good quality. Parallel, please add a feature where you can mirror wing views so the position of the zoom is identical both sides of the fuselage for both wings, because it's hard to get two wing views similar. That's a good shout. Is it multiplayer? You can do it on multiplayer, I believe. You can do it on VATSIM, and then you can do it on all of the AI traffic solutions like Beyond ATC, which is what we're using now. Say intentions as well. As you can see, we're actually following this Ryanair in as well. Let me just see if I can go into the preferences and have a little look at the to and from. I mean, I don't know every code, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. But yeah, there's that Ryanair just coming into shot now. And as you can see, we're on the south side of Manchester as well. It's a good one, yeah. We'll see what we can do. Nice. Guys, let's go to... Now, what I'm going to have to do probably is I'm going to have a bit of a mess because, unfortunately, I don't think beyond ATC has changed much yet, but you do need an active flight plan in the in SimBrief to inject the traffic, which is, again, FSLTL, you just press inject traffic and it does it. But as I say, that's got its own issues. Like they still haven't fixed the fact that dual runways at most airports, I think every airport we tried on a previous live stream, they just don't use both runways. So obviously at Heathrow you've got a lot of go arounds. So let's try Heathrow. Let's go to Heathrow. And hopefully the traffic is a bit denser. Where is my beyond ATC? There we go. So fully enough, in beyond ATC, everything's whacked up, but you can also enable and navigate for live traffic, but I don't see any difference when I do it. So let's go down to Heathrow. And as I say, there's quite a lot of spots in Heathrow. So what we'll do is we'll go to start off with, we'll go to the good old Myrtle Avenue, which is just here in the field. I'll make the cross cart shut down because we're not going to need it. Not the cross cart. Sorry, guys. I apologize. The Juice Goose. Perfect. So let's have a little look and see. So we should have a lot more variety here. We should have a bit more traffic as well. What I might do as well is I might just enable FSLTL just to see if we can make it a bit more busy. I know it won't work so well, but right, let's have a little look at Heathrow, guys. Let's make sure FS traffic. I might just get rid of FS traffic, to be honest with you, especially the injector, but leave the models enabled. So if we go into spotting here, we've got quite a few predetermined locations. We've got obviously a couple of the locations across the north side of the airport. So Business Park, obviously, again, the camera's raised up so we can actually see the traffic. Also as well, these traffic injectors do take a bit of time to kind of get going, so that I did leave Manchester running for a while, so it's a bit weird why it didn't automatically start getting busy. What's going on here with all these wires? I really need to sort that out. Go and see Jerry. Yeah, he's on the other side. He's back over on the other side, isn't he, where the cross cars. He's not actually on Myrtle Avenue. He's in the field just further over with the horses, which I don't think he would be. He also doesn't do it from there as well. He does it from the other side, doesn't he? I think there's a few Jerrys. I think there's one over here as well. But if you've ever been to Heathrow, there's quite a few spots. You can also try your luck and get to the top of the roof of one of the hotels here as well. Respect to Parallel 42, this edition is a game changer for virtual spotters like me. One quick question: is the UI under traffic all the different aircraft? What icon is to the? One question: is the UI under traffic and all the different aircraft? What is the icon to the right? I don't know. I might not be reading that correctly. It works with any injector. Do you know what? That's a good question. I haven't tried it on PSX and real traffic. It would be great if it does work on that. I did have that. I did pay for it for a while. It is probably one of the best traffic injectors there is, because it's very, very good. The movement of the aircraft, and it is pretty much real time. But hopefully it does work with that. He does stream from the paddock next to Myrtle. Okay. That's one of the spots. It works. Oh, what am I seeing? What are you guys talking about? Flight state. Also, you got some things here as well, nearby ones and stuff, and you've got flyby and overview. Overview is quite cool. It'll show you the overview of the airport that you're at, which I thought was pretty nice. It works great with PSXT, and I've been using with this. Ah, okay. That's cool. Do you know what? I might sign up for that again because it is one of the better injectors for kind of virtual spotting. Right, let's have a little look, guys. Have we got anything moving or anything in the sky? Oh, hang on. There was something here. Where's that? There we go. It's oddly enough British Airways. It's cool though, because obviously all the reverse thrust isn't working on this one. It does usually. Bit of jitteriness there. I'm not too sure why, because it. Ah, that's why. Bit of a shame, because I have tried it at Heathrow and it does work really nicely as well. I do need to try it with the PSXT though. I must admit, I think that's a good shout. I think that's a really good idea. Also as well, obviously, those little warnings, the resource warnings, they do come up a lot more when you're zoomed in as well. What else have we got? There's nothing showing on its way in, sadly. But I think what I really need to do is I need to update it to the very, very latest version, so there's no delay on the tracking icons. So obviously, if you are having that issue, guys, there is a latest version. Let me try and pin that into the... into a pin post is the latest version. There we go. If I pin that, the pin message, guys, if anyone's having the issue with delays of the icons, then update to the latest version, which is 32.6.16, which will fix the tracking where the icons basically are. I think, to be honest with you, it's beyond ATC, and I'm not too sure why it's doing it. Is why we're not really getting much traffic. Let me enable the navigraph and see if what it does. It's probably going to make everything come in on the same runway and depart on the same runway, but just seems very, very very quiet for Heathrow, doesn't it? Like nothing's injecting, and I've got everything turned up to the max. But again, also as well, you can actually enable the filters to take all of the icons off the screen of aircraft that aren't moving. And as I said before, you can also track animals, which I think is just incredible, and ground vehicles as well. So you wanted to track ground vehicles moving across to the aircraft and stuff, you can do that. So basically I can take it to moving, which should only show me moving aircraft. As you can see, it's taking all of the static aircraft off there, even though we do have things moving. So that one's moving, that's that British Airways shuttle. That's still going to its stand. You can see I'm going to get another warning there, of course, yeah. There is a limit of 100 aircraft on the map, so there might be more that isn't shown. Right, okay. Makes sense. But also as well, you can now see that we're not getting inundated with all of the static aircraft. There's also an aircraft coming in on final over here, which we can't see because it's too far off. But we can track that all the way along to obviously landing on the runway. There's also an aircraft taking off over there as well. I think I probably should have updated it to the very, very latest one, to be very, very honest there, folks. In fact, do you know what? I think with it being a live stream, I think what I might do is I might do that and see if it comes up. 32.6.16, okay. Just to see if it makes any difference as well. So please bear with me, because I do want to do this. I think it would be also beneficial. So I'm just going to put my ugly mug back on the screen there. And I am going to go into the manager. In fact, I don't know whether to show it. I might not. I might not. I might just leave it. But yeah, you can go into the manager and you can download the version with the latest version. All you do is press on update and then other versions, and then 32.6.19 5 minutes ago. That's a new one as well. I just posted 32.6.19. Okay, let's get that on there. Let's download that. So we're gonna be on the latest update, guys. There's a way to use AutoSpot and just track and just have it track every landing on final. I tried earlier with the filters and it would track to landing plane just as it was touching down. Did you have the latest update though? That's the thing. I think it might be something to do with the tracking. Sim is the limit. It might because of that tracking bug, might because of the map bug. I would try it on the very, very latest version. I'm sure Parallel 42 will tell me if that's a correct statement that I'm making there. But it makes sense. What you're saying there makes sense if it's just only tracking it as it touches down. It could be something to do with the tracking on the map. So there's a brand new version. I'm just going to load the sim back up, and it shouldn't take too long. I know I always feel like once you've loaded the sim up once in like a day, if you close it and reopen it, it does load a lot faster. That's my experience anyway. So we're going back in the sim. Didn't take us long to do that really. Let me just have some water. So we'll load back in. And what we might do now, folks, is we might go to a different... I know we weren't at Heathrow very long, but... Actually, we will go back to Heathrow. We'll go back to Heathrow just because we've still got it active on the... We'll still got it active beyond ATC, so... I mean, yeah, but it's this, technically this hasn't rolled out officially, Parallel 42, and it's already very, very good. Like I keep on saying, it's the best implementation of a spotting camera that you can get. And I think people will find it very hard to kind of do anything close to this. And that's not disrespect to anyone else, guys. I've tried so many different spotting tools, and there's quite a few out, and they've all got their own, strengths and weaknesses. But let's face it, and I'm not just saying this because Parallel 42 in the chat. For a long time, ChasePlane didn't really interest me. I'll be honest there, and it was something that I didn't really think I needed. It's something that I didn't think I needed. That's the thing, and it's not that it didn't interest me. It's more of a, did I need it? Would I use it? And it's not until you actually download ChasePlane. I know you have to obviously purchase it, but it is worth every penny. ChasePlane alone, and now to be getting this spotting function, just incredible, just absolutely fantastic. I can't really. I'm sure Parallel 42 will continue to update it and make things better and add some things to it and stuff, but it works, and everything is so smooth. Like when I first had a little go of it, like I said, I had a go at this at the end of one of my previous live streams this week, and there was one of those glitches where the aircraft kind of buzz the tower and go really, really low past the active airport, and it tracked that aircraft so well. Like it was so smooth, very, very good. And I think I was only using FSLTL traffic injector at the time for that one. But yeah, let's get it back down and let's see if we can have a little go. It's amazing and better perfect, and I'm sure they will make improvements. Yeah, you haven't played the depth of the field. Oh. I haven't. We're being very with the gradual roll. We want to make sure people don't end up with broken camera system. Yeah, I agree, yeah. Don't know what happened to the music then. Right, let's get into this. Let's make sure. I'm gonna have to get rid of it. I should have got rid of the FS traffic there.
Beyond ATC connected.
Should have got rid of the FS traffic there, the injector at least. Just the injector. I still have the models installed. Here we go. So now we can see that we're on 32.6.19, which is the very, very latest. Let's have a little go. So let's put the don't think it's injected. It's not injected the traffic yet. That's why we're not seeing anything. Let's go to, so let's have a little more of a play with the custom cameras. So one of the areas that I've been to in real life is actually here. So this is a little mini kind of service station. And for spotters, it's very good. You kind of have to, if you want to walk it, you can, but obviously if you get the kind of the shuttle bus around, walk down and you get to this service station here, and it's got toilets, it's got a Greg's, a Subway, a little mini convenience as there. But this is the view that you're getting, right sort of parallel to Terminal 5. And then you are kind of below the fence line, but just here there's kind of a little mini mound, if you like, and this is kind of the best spot to use. So if you kind of go here, although you won't see over the fence because it's still not high enough, even in real life. Oh, hang on. You will still get a very, very good view at the departing aircraft on 27 left, which is the one down by Myrtle Avenue. As you can see, we've got the traffic injected now, although it doesn't seem to say that it's... I need to... Oh, hang on. It's not doing the static aircraft for some reason, but we have got some taxiing aircraft, which is great. I've also moved myself away. What I could do with doing is making an actual... What runway are they using? So it looks like they're using 27 left for departing traffic. So really what we want to do is we want to definitely make a custom... Definitely make a... That was a good guess, actually. A custom viewpoint for this spot, which is what we'll do now. We'll call it 27 left petrol station, and it is as simple as that. Like that's how you do it. That's put it into your spotting. You can do that, and then it's there for you. And then if we click on target now, there we go. Look at that. There's that Vistara Dreamliner. Just missed that out then. We go to the companion app, so it's not on our screen. We can... I did it wrong. Bear with me. Let's go back to that spot. Get target. I'm using the companion off screen now, just so we've not got anything on screen. We can target the Virgin... I think it was a Dreamliner. And we can target that going out. And this is actually the similar view that you get at Heathrow. You get all of these, I don't know, water tanks, fuel tanks or whatever, in the way of this spot. So as an aviation photographer and spotter at this particular location at Heathrow, you've got to get ready for the aircraft just to appear like it is now. The smaller aircraft will rotate a lot sooner as well. There we go, guys. Parking filter is disabled. How's the stream going? We're doing very well, thank you very much. We are doing some virtual plane spotting here at Heathrow using the brand new Parallel 42 spotting function, which is beautifully done, by the way. Let's have a little look. I need to get that graphics thing. You can download a little mod from flightsim.to that gets rid of that. Helicopters, my stationary tab's on, that's why. It doesn't, is it because I've updated it, it hasn't saved anything that we were doing before? That's probably what it is, isn't it? I think that's what it is, because we updated it, it hasn't saved any of our spots. There we go, there's a British Airways shuttle. And the tracking now is completely fixed, as Parallel 42 said. You can see that everything is now tracked. We noticed the performance issues being caused by the resolution of the trees, weirdly enough. It's also the zoom camera as well, guys. So I think I would look at the way the actual spotting app is zooming in on the planes. That's a big one, I would say. Maybe let us zoom in or have it as an option, or if it already is, you guys I might have completely missed it. But look how cool that looks. But what I would say is that the automatic zooming in, I've noticed if in the higher density sort of, you know, the higher fidelity airports and stuff, scenery, zooming in to kind of max zoom and zooming out, that also does bring up performance issues. It's zooming trees, okay, makes sense. Can we get some good screenshots from here with the tower in the background? Yeah, you can do. You absolutely can do. You're right, mate. What have we got now? We've got a... I'm not too sure what that is. Obviously not the very, very best, because you're not able to see the aircraft completely as it's rolling down the runway. And this is exactly what it's like in real life. I was stood here for a good couple of hours with the camera last year. Here we go. We got an Indigo Dreamliner. Sounds are weird. Looks cool though. No, this is auto spot's turned off at the minute, guys. Auto spot is set is off. Let me just double check that for you guys on screen. So when it's enabled now when it's glowing up. But I always have it turned off. Let's change spots. Let's go to the top of, as I say, there's a hotel you can go to the top of. If we put our camera here, it's going to obviously put us down in the ground. So let's raise the camera up. So this viewpoint, if you're lucky to get to it in real life, I can't think of what hotel it is, unfortunately, folks. I'm sure someone in the chat or the comments will let me know. But there is a hotel between both of the runways, obviously inside the main infrastructure of the airport, and you can go to the top of this roof. I think it's this one anyway, but again, this is a real spot, and what I'm inclined to do is get into the create and just put hotel spot in there, just because again it is a place you can go to. Would there be a way to set zoom range when using auto spots? Very often I always zoom out as little. Yeah, I think there should be a zoom. I think the zoom should be less automated maybe, or don't zoom in. Those don't have because the data is not set on the aircraft, whoever is injecting them right now. Again, this is beyond ATC. I don't know if I've got the Navigraph thing set. I don't think I have. If it, as usually when you do FSLTL with the Navigraph in Heathrow especially, you have aircraft using both, you're using one runway for arrivals and departures, and it's a bit weird. But as you can see with this spot, you can see runway 27 right for the arrivals, and you can also swivel around and you can see this departure as well, which I think is really cool. I'd love to go to this spot in real life. Here we go. And then we can lock onto this BA. Is it a Dreamliner? Oh, there's a Qantas A380 going out, guys. Look at that. Yes. Look at that. But yeah, do you know what, guys? I'll admit it. As I say, I did a little bit of a look at. We were at JFK at the end of one of the last live streams, and we had a go, and it was just so brilliant. And then since then, in my little bits of spare time, I've just been going on here and just having a look at the is it the China Southern A350. Beautiful livery on that A350. There's the Qantas A380. I think this only goes out at certain times in the morning, this plane. I don't think you'd get to see it in the middle of the day. A little bit of jitteriness, but you know what? It's had more of the jitteriness in the background rather than the actual plane. Come on, rotate, son. It's a bit sketchy, wasn't it? There we go. And then where's that China Southern? Is it China Southern? Am I getting it right? Yeah. I think that livery on that aircraft is just phenomenal. I've not seen that. Actually, no, tell a lie. I have seen this aircraft. I think. Was it? I think I seen it in Prague. I think I seen it landing in Prague. Birds going past there. Aer Lingus. Good spot for 27 right is the courtyard by the Marriott. Yeah, that is very, very good spot. There's an Indian restaurant with an open top roof where you can get great views. I think this is it. I don't know. I've seen people go to this and it looks like it's the only roof that I can find in the scenery that's got like a viewing platform, if that makes sense. But I just love how seamless this is. The fact that I can jump. I've noticed that there's some planes not being tracked here. Can I just double check that this isn't injecting aircraft? No, it's not. There's some that aren't appearing on here. Is that Air India sitting there? That's that one. We don't have the Japan Air, the ANA, sorry. To be honest with you, I think the Beyond ATC is completely thingied out at the minute. But I don't want to use FSLTL because it's not going to inject the traffic right at all. It's next to Su-7 right, okay. It could also just mean that this companion app needs to be updated, possibly. Let's have a little look. No, that's the same. I keep on doing that by accident. I keep on... It's also the tracking's getting behind again for some reason. Not too sure why. That is a gorgeous plane, that, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, hang on. What's going on here? Runway incursion, sunny. Yeah, the tracking's getting behind again for some reason. Obviously, if you zoom out, I think it's going to be a tiny bit better. But it's still very small. I mean, do you know what, guys? Compared to other offerings, I think this is just the definitive way to do this kind of thing. It works so well. And the fact that, you know, you can just completely, you know, if I wanted to move now and go into a field next to the reservoir and also track that aircraft, there we go, look at that. I've moved the camera. Look at that for a view. That is me just using the move function to go further outside the airport. Let's put it in a field there. There we go, look at that. We can literally just move the camera and continue to track that aircraft. It's so good, man. I love that. Yeah, I think both of the remote app and the ins. I thought that might be the case. I thought it might be the companion on the other window. It's not. They're both similar. Look at that. That is incredible. I absolutely love that that's a thing. And then while we're still here, we can also click on that BA. And then we can jump back to move and we can go closer. We go over there. We can see that BA, wherever that is. Don't know where that went. Don't know where that went. I really, really appreciate that we can go to these spots. We can go to, oh, hang on. Yeah, we can move to any spot we want to while continuing to track that aircraft. It's just a shame that none of these, nothing's coming in. Nothing's actually landing. Got a load of planes landing, taking off. Sometimes those become bugs and we try to optimize. Exactly. I mean, hopefully the live stream's also helping you guys out in some respect. But I still think it's incredible. I still think it's absolutely amazing. As I say, you can also do it, you know, you can also move to the actual plane as well, meaning that you can go into a chase camera kind of situation where, you know, the camera is behind the aircraft. BA there, we can, as I say, we can then move over to a field out there and continue to track that. There we go. I just like that function. I like that we can just immediately click on move to a random field next to Heathrow and continue to track that aircraft. And yeah, like I say, the camera movement is very smooth. You'll notice that the camera movement is very smooth now. We'll look up in the sky, there's only clouds. We're not actually looking down on a really built up scenery. Do you know what I mean? Because if you were over in Heathrow, for example, you'd there we go, look at that. We finally got to see something landing. Not on the runway, but again, that is to do with the actual AI injector, not the camera tool. But that is a good example of how smooth the camera transition was. The fact that I just seen that on the map landing, and I jumped over to the preset spot, and I was able to. There you go. If I'd done it again, you know, further down the runway, I can continue to track that British Airways aircraft. Air brakes going in there. Flaps going up as well, pretty cool. I've never seen that in the AI traffic. Actually, the flaps going up. Movement isn't the best, but again, you know what? The sheer fact that we've got this kind of spotting tool now that works like this is fantastic. Well done, Parallel 42. And you know what? Again, I know that developers can't always come into live streams. It's not applicable all the time for it to happen. I understand that. It's hard. Do you know what I mean? There's also time zones. I know that Parallel 42 on, but you guys over in America, aren't you? So I mean, you know, it's not always going to be applicable. It's not always going to be a doable thing. But when developers do manage to get into any live streams, especially mine as well, it's so good. I love when it happens, because I feel like, you know, questions can be asked. They also see their product working in real time. Anyway, haven't got a clue what was happening there. There was an A380, there was a British Airways A380 I saw it on the taxi out before. There we go. So if I use that function before that that you guys shown, this center traffic, we can manually lock onto there and then press that. There we go. Look at that. I love that. That is so neat. That is also another great function. If I want to manually look around this airport and I see something moving, like this weird 777 over here, this aircraft over here can kind of lock onto it, and I can press the button, it locks onto it. I think that is great. The reason why I think that's great is because I don't think developers have the ability to just click on the aircraft. Like a double click on the mouse here would allow me to lock onto that particular United aircraft. But, you know, that is quickly solved with this button. So all I need to do is, it's not going to do anything, but I just click on it just so I make sure, and I click on that button, that key bind on my keyboard, and it locks onto the aircraft. So good. That function is a button on the remote page too. Thank you guys. I think the traffic injectors need a lot of work. They really do. I feel like the PSXT one, the real traffic one, is probably the best I've used. That function is fantastic. I love that free camera motion, and I can look around, and if I see something I fancy, I can just click on. That is just so good. And I think that's probably why Parallel 42 have done it. So you don't need to have the map open. You know, you can have a little look around the airport we're at. Lock on. Air India Dreamliner, it's locked on, and you know we can continue to track that aircraft. That is probably, I like that. I like that because I'd rather not have the interface on screen. And then if I do want to mess around with zoom and stuff like that, I can use the mouse wheel if I wanted to, but I can also just be on my phone and have them zooming in. Look at that. that button works from the cockpit too. That is incredible. I'm using the juice screws at the minute just to, obviously, because, you know, we're not really in the aircraft in the minute. Nice rotation there from the India Dreamliner. And then I can just lock off that aircraft now. As you can see, there's a few more aircraft coming into view as well. I don't know that what that one's doing over there. Here's United Airlines. The right one there. 777-200, maybe 300. 300. It looks a bit longer. Fantastic, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh no, what are you doing, son? For that, we got a Korean. Look at the aircraft variety we've got. Korean Air Cargo, Rwanda as well. Look at that. Fantastic. You know what? That is a super function, and that you can hit the depth of field button. Do you know what? I need to find the depth of field button, guys. Where am I missing that? We can't comment it right now. Wink, wink. Understood. Look at that. That is so cool. Where is this depth of field, guys? What's going on? Why am I? Because obviously, you know, when you zoom in, it's obviously, if you're not got your terrain level details set up to, you know, something silly, like what is it, 400 or whatever, you obviously your surrounding scenery is only going to look good at this kind of view. Look at that. Etihad A380. Look at that. Wait for this weird 777, guys. Oh no, he's waiting for you. That's fine. You're still going to hit him, but he's waiting for you. We got two A380s right now. Look at this. British Airways in front of the Concorde. Beautiful Air India A350 as well. I got a picture of this when I was at Heathrow. What traffic I got? This is actually using the Beyond ATC one, because like I say, I'm finding with the FSLTL injector from the fly-by-wire installer that, especially with anything with dual runways or any more than 2 runways, the aircraft just land on one runway, so they depart on one way and they arrive on one runway, the same one, and it just becomes a bit of it doesn't look great. Hey, what are you doing, son? Korean Air with a bit of runway incursion there. Your wing's probably just gone right through his cockpit. Go to preferences and search depth of field. Sorry, guys. Let me have a little look. Toggle depth of field. Let's put it on G7 right next to it. Okay, let's have a little go. Is that it? Let's have a little look. Have I got it right? I don't think it's working. Is it going to work on a zoom in? Oh no, it is working. There we go. Nice. It is a great update, Brian. I absolutely love it, as you can see. Having so much fun with this one. Too sure what's going on with the traffic at the minute, but yeah, depth of field does work there. Let's have a little look at the British Airways taxiing out there. You could just, you know, and the thing is, we can go off to different airports, much busier airports, you know, and we can just, yeah. You have an option to adjust the amount to. Do I? I mean, I suppose we could do that. Let's have a little look at preferences. Auto-focused, adjust depth of, hang on, toggle depth of field, adjust blare amount. Less as that and more with that. Okay. I'm lucky to have a keyboard with some macros on it, so ah, yeah, okay. There we go. Nice, look at that. Yeah, I've done that now. Yeah, there we go. You can see it adding and adjusting. I think I have to add the adjust. Yeah, maybe a bit more, but I think it's nice enough. You maybe want like a bit more. God, the runway incursions in this traffic is terrible. But yeah, guys, I love this. I love this. Beautiful stuff. So smooth. The functionality is just incredible. Oh yeah. I mean, the sounds, obviously nothing Parallel 42 can do about that, but brilliant stuff. Absolutely just. And then with that Korean Air, I can jump into the field there. Like I said before, the functionality of being able to jump, not just being able to jump to different locations as the plane departs. It's the fact that it seamlessly still tracks the plane. You know, we're in fields just west of the airport now. And then with just a little scroll around, we can go back to the hotel rooftop. Or at least we should be able to. That doesn't seem to be working for some reason, that rooftop one. There we go. Back on now. And then we can continue to track all these aircraft. There we go. There's the Etihad Dreamliner. I think it's just been done so well. I know I've said it loads, guys, and I apologize for people who are getting a bit irritated with me just continuing to say this is fantastic, but it is, and I'm sure Parallel 42 know the places where they'll be looking at the live stream going, oh, let's get that fixed, let's sort that bit out. But these are little, I think these are little nitpicky things that they need to do. I think that the functionality is being done brilliantly. I can't when I obviously was taking a look at other spotting cameras, and again, absolutely no disrespect to any other developer, total respect to them, in fact, there was things that I really wanted to see on there, like a moving map, the ability to move to a spot. As a spotter in real life, I wanted to be able to go to a location on the map in the virtual world, in the simulator, and pick it out. And I wanted it to be static. I didn't want it to move with the aircraft. I didn't want the camera to start you know, messing up and moving about and continuing with the aircraft. I wanted to be in a static location, but I wanted it to track the aircraft like I'm standing there at that location with a camera, and I'm following the plane for a photo. And this is exactly what that does. This is exactly what that does. It doesn't. It does a lot more. You can do so many other things with it. But as a, you know, I think people who go and plane spot in real life with a camera, with a video camera or whatever, will really appreciate this. Will really sort of get it and be like, yeah, that's exactly like. Again, let's just take an example. Let's switch the camera. I'm using the companion app, so I'm using the outside screen. I want to go to Myrtle Avenue, which is where we started, which has actually already got a spot in it, by the way. And there it is. And then I want to... There you go, there's those aircraft. And if I want to unrealistically make myself higher, which obviously that's the thing, the beauty of it, we can't do this in real life. I mean, we wouldn't even be able to use a ladder. I don't know what's up with all these runway incursions, so I do apologise, but again, that is just the AI traffic being a bit weird. It's also not showing up on this. I got a feeling that this is the FS traffic and it's not removing. Or it's just it might be beyond ATC tracking that is just messing up. It's just a shame there's no not many landing aircraft, to be honest. Not too sure what's happening with that one. Let's go and have a little look. Is that weird? That's that weird one. Let's have a little look at what you guys are saying. I think I'm going to forget how to fly now. Yeah, I can totally see that. I'm going to forget how to fly because I've been making this home copy for a while, and I've not actually got to do any flying yet because every bit of hardware that I've got is just on the floor being ready to be installed in that. I think I'm buying ChasePlane. I'll fly J only, a pilot and passengers visible for external views. They are. This was an issue with Sim Update 4, no longer with Sim Update 5 onwards. If in fact I own a plane spot community page for a group where I live in Montreal, I plane spot since 2007, and that's what got me what I'm doing today. Exactly, and I think you can tell, with all due respect, you can tell that this spotting function was made by a real spotter. Like, I fully understand that. Like, it makes sense now you saying that. Like, you know, I can fully appreciate now you saying, I'm a plane spotter, I've done it in the past, I still do it, and this is what this is what's come out of it. And you can see it. You can see that fully. You can see that this was a an effort of a real plane spotter, because like I was saying before, everything that I looked at in the past just didn't quite hit the mark for me. It just didn't quite do it for me as a virtual plane spotting solution. It didn't cut it. This cuts it. This is exactly what I envision a virtual plane spotting camera to do and be like. And you know what? I've only just found out you can also actually... I mean, it's nothing major, but it's still pretty cool. While I'm still tracking, let's have a little look here so you guys can see it. While I'm still tracking, I can drag the camera. I can drag the camera while it's still tracking. That is another nifty little so cool feature, and it just works, you know. Now, one thing we've debated as if we should frame the front of the aircraft instead of the center of the aircraft. I think the front. I think the front. Yeah. I think as we zoom in here, I think the front would be good. But look at that, though. Yes. Yes. And then you combine that with the depth of field. And then I can obviously jump to that spot now and get that LATAM 777. I'm so glad that we can make our custom spots as well, because I was thinking, oh, we can't do custom spots, or, you know, fix the other ones, for example. You have 100 aircraft on the map. That's why it's missing a few. Yeah, it's probably because I've upped the capacity. That'll be why. It won't be anything to do with you guys. It'll just because I've completely maxed out the aircraft. It's also probably the reason why I've got no aircraft landing as well. I don't know. Maybe something gone beyond ATC that I'm probably done to the settings where I've completely maxed it out. And it's having trouble. Then the traffic is injecting back in now, guys, so bear with me. I also want to try another airport before we end the live stream, just to obviously try a different one. Maybe you guys let me know in the comments what maybe an American airport. Let me know somewhere over in the States. Is it gonna inject the traffic back in? Yeah, there we go. Let me know, guys. We'll go to is it real players? No, this is beyond ATC's traffic injection, but it can do real players. It can do multiplayer and VATSIM and everything like that. So it is worth considering that if you you're on VATSIM and you may want to just take an hour or two out your flying and do some virtual plane spotting. And Parallel 42 did say that the VATSIM one, I think, is a even more smoother experience. JFK, that's where it was last time. It worked really well. Yeah, we could do Chicago. I suppose we've got the new Chicago scenery by Any Builds as well. Yeah, or JFK. I think we should do JFK. I did it last time and it was pretty cool. Let's just... Let's just make sure SimBrief knows. I mean, that's the only downside to using beyond ATC, is that we need an active, or I think we still need an active flight plan, don't we? Okay, let's do that. Let's just take beyond ATC off. Let's go to let's get the last sort of half an hour of the live stream. Let's have a little look at JFK. I mean, we're gonna get a lot of variety here, but we'll see what happens with this. Let's park the cross. I keep on saying cross cart. Sorry, the Juice Goose. Wow, I should know because it's still parallel 42s, but Juice Goose. Thank you everybody for your time tonight and watching this new update. It's fantastic. I'm sure it won't be the last time I'll be in it, and thank you again to Parallel 42 for your time tonight and answering questions and showing me a few more things that I've completely missed. It's been really, really cool. Oh, look at that, we've got the depth of field still on. It's cool. Does look cool though, the depth of the, with the depth of field on like that. I do like that. That's cool. Oh, is this live weather in JFK? Wow, okay. We're in for a ride, peeps. Don't say peeps again. Don't ever say that again. Let's put the Beyond ATC traffic on. That would actually help, wouldn't it? Make sure it's on there. Hopefully it loads up. I always have this issue. I think Beyond ATC hates it when I don't run it as an administrator. Doesn't like it at all. I'm hoping it works, because right now it's looking like it's being a bit of a pain. There we go. Let's get in there. Let's get into the spotting menu. Let's have a little look. Now we are seeing some injected traffic. That will most likely be FS traffic. As I say, I need to delete the injector. I don't mind keeping the models in because I do use them for FSLTL and the Beyond ATC, because the models are just a bit more high fidelity than the FSLTL ones.
Connected.
Hopefully we should start seeing our traffic loaded in. We can see a lot of spots we can jump to as well. We can go to the parking. We've got some more parking over there. Let's start off with this one. The weather looks absolutely awful. You should load vPilot instead of Kappa. What? I don't understand. I feel like that's a terrible thing to say. Yeah, the animals are in the filter as well. I've not shown that off. That is pretty incredible that we can also do the ground handling and the animals. I don't think there's any in there now at the minute though. But that is cool, because to actually find the animals, I feel like it's just a really, really hard thing to do anyway. Oh look, we've got, yes. Look at this, guys. There we go. That's a little idea of the fact that you can track animals as well. What else have we got? There's another black bear over there. Got any boats? We should have some boats, shouldn't we? There we go. Oh, massive big liner. Can't zoom out enough on that one though, that's the thing. Can we not zoom out anymore? No, we can't. Although we could, I suppose we could move there and track it. Yeah, look at that. It's not moving though, that's the thing. That one's moving. I think that's so cool. I mean, if you want to spot your ships, you can also spot your ships. Thank you so much. I can't say that name. Lecline, thank you so much. This is the global seafronts. This is the seafront global vessels add-on mark. So yeah, it does work. It also, I think it also comes up with it on there. Seafronts. There you go. Obviously, it's only going to pick those up because of the radius. But if you were over in the sea or something, you'd definitely be able to track more. There we go. So it does do spotting for your aircraft, folks, but you can do a bit more with it as well. You can track animals, and I always think the animals are so hard to find in the sim. You can also track ground vehicles as well. Let's take these off. I don't know what the ground vehicles are going to do. Let's have a little look. Let's move our cameras over here. Yeah, so it's just gonna lock onto all the tugs and stuff like that. It's pretty incredible that we've got that functionality. I think it's amazing. Right, have we got anything moving? Yeah, we've got loads of things moving now, haven't we? Look at this. Let's go over here. Here we go. We've also got planes on approach straight away. Fantastic. 6:19 is the latest. That should have been out, what, like an hour ago. They put that out as the live stream was on. So the pin message is actually wrong. I apologize. That was a nice flare, just not completely down on the runway, but gonna unpin that message. But yeah, 6:19 is the latest. Yeah, got a few more aircraft coming in. They also seem to be using both runways, and they've got land and parallel, and also they're also using oh, keep on forgetting to put it to target. That's what it is. Joe, well, let's change. Let's get some clear skies in New York. There we go. Fantastic. The changes, I believe it's to do with the tracking on the map as well. There shouldn't be any kind of changes with delays on aircraft tracking on the map, on the spotting map. There shouldn't be any delay with them. There we go. Bit of jitteriness there, but you know what? We are at JFK, so. I think a good place to move to would probably be over here. This should be a good place. We're now tracking the JetBlue aircraft that we were tracking before, with the depth of field on there as well, which looks great. So cool, man. So cool. This is a plane spotting tool, man. This is what, if you like doing any kind of this kind of thing in the sim, this is what you need. I mean, for me, ChasePlane, since I got it, has always been kind of on my recommended list. Anyone asks me for recommended add-ons, and if I've ever said it before, ChasePlane's always been on there anyway. But I think users who've not got ChasePlane yet, this could very well be the functionality that you might want to. I mean, I don't think it should be. ChasePlane is a whole thing anyway, the whole camera system anyway. I don't think it should be just the reason to get ChasePlane. It's definitely it's a contender, you know. It's definitely an argument, is what I'm trying to say. It's an argument to definitely to maybe to go out and buy it fresh. But sorry guys, I just had a bit of a brain fart there. I didn't know quite what I was saying. I'm looking at the map and I'm looking at look at that for a shot. Empire State Building there going past. Oh man. That's the shot you want, isn't it? Let's just higher the camera up a bit. By the way, the auto switching is going to random plane at parked or waiting to runway instead of the one landing or taking off fixed. I'm not too sure, sorry. I don't really use auto spot, to be honest with you. I like the freedom of being able to just, I mean, again, again, massive thank you to Parallel 42 for pointing this out, but the fact that I can you know, I knew that we could obviously freely use the free look camera, but the fact that we can freely look, bind a camera to then lock onto a plane, because again, I think the idea of this is the function of being able to, because I don't think there's any good way of doing it with the core, the SDK or whatever. I don't think you can just be on the camera here and click on a plane. I think you have to have this key bind, which again, there you go. We were freely looking around then, and then we locked on to the American Airlines by using the keybind that you can set up. Bit jittery again, guys. I apologize, but I think when it's showing a lot of the scenery in the background, I think that's when we're going to have issues. I think when it's just in the sky looking at a plane or... Ah, right, okay. Virtual plane spotting has peaked. Yeah, it has. Thank you, Donna. I don't know what you were achieving there, but thank you anyway. It has peaked. I can safely say that right now that we are in the times of virtual plane spotting, and this is it. I apologise. These little notices are getting bad. I did have the little mod to get rid of that originally, but I've updated the sim since then, so it will completely take it out. But yeah, obviously JFK as well. It's gonna really, like, the camera's gonna really stutter. That's just something to do with the performance. It's definitely not the chase plane. It's definitely not the spotting function. Because as I say, I've been at smaller airports and it's a lot better. See, now that we're not looking at the scenery, we're not looking at the airport. I also think if we weren't looking potentially, if we were looking away from the airport, if the camera was on the other side, we wouldn't have too many issues with performance there. Move over to that camera there. Oh, look at that. Delta 757. The only issue is the issue is that we don't have a lot of aircraft landing for some reason. I don't know why that is. We have a lot of aircraft taxiing and taking off with the injection tool, but we don't have too many landing, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, I think definitely the camera should be locked onto the front of the aircraft. Yeah, a bit jittery. I've always JFK's always been one of those airports that knocks the air performance. Wasn't this bad at Heathrow? There's that Korean Airlines cargo there, as you can see. You can see how smooth it is now because obviously we're not looking at the really, you know, high fidelity scenery, you know. Delta 767 there. Just on the marshlands, just outside of the airport, and now this is a really nice spot. This, look at this. Oh, what's happened to the Oh, photogrammetry, yeah, that would make sense. Look at that, folks. So cool, man. So cool. Can also put the camera over here, and I mean, you could also put the camera over in Jamaica Bay Park, you know, all the way out here. Look at that. And then we can target. It was a 757 over there, wasn't it? Let's have a little look. There we go. We're just on the coastline, just over there. we want to bring our own DOF autofocus at some point. We know the distance from the camera to the aircraft. There shouldn't be any focus hunting. There wasn't before. That seems to be a one-off occurrence in the live stream. That there wasn't much of it going on there. I'm just as I say, I'm a bit annoyed. Pardon me. I'm just annoyed that we're not getting any landing aircraft. I'm inclined to go to one more airport and just put the FSLTL on, just to see what happens there. Again, lots of stuttering just because of the performance of the airport. We're looking at JFK from. Beautiful 757 there. Right, what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to get to the end of the live stream now. We're just a bit over. What I want to do is just I'm just going to go to one last airport now. But what I want to do is I'm going to get rid of Beyond ATC and use FSLTL injector. Now, as I said before, this isn't the very, very best. If we get to see any landing aircraft, you'll notice the landings don't look great at all. But we might get, a few more landings. Not too sure why we're not getting the best we can have there. But where should we go? Yeah, let's go to. I mean, this is going to be. This is going to be hilarious just because there's so many runways, and I think FSLTL isn't going to... it's not going to do very well with this, I don't think. Jumping out now, have a great end of stream. Thank you for everyone for the question and feedback. It's incredible value. Thank you so much, Parallel 40. Thank you so much for coming in and just everything, all the help, all the points and the help on the functions, and it's fantastic. You guys know how well and how great this has been made and the functionality. I don't need to say any more about that. What I do need to do is get hold of some of your sceneries, the really immersive kind of ranches and mansions and stuff like that, because I still haven't had a look at them. But thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. We'll have one little look here now and have a look at see if we can get any kind of landings or anything at Chicago using the FSLTL installer or injector. Cheers, guys. I love it. Loved it. And I will link in any videos that you guys get out. Right, let's have a little look at Chicago. Let's go over to this viewpoint over here. Right behind the southwest. We're going to get those again, aren't we? But it is what it is. Got all the approach cameras as well that we can seamlessly jump into. Let's just make sure FS traffic is removed as well. You can see quite a lot of aircraft have just been removed because of the FS traffic, the just flight traffic. But yeah, this is so good. I absolutely love this. Got the tower view there. Have we got anything in the air? I don't think we have we? This is the only issue. I just need to have a look at the landing aircraft and stuff like that. Hey Ryan, back home now. Hope you're well. I'm good, mate. I'll be finishing the live stream in a minute. It's been really great. It's been I love this. This is one of my sort of top things I've looked at in a while. Is this plane spotting function by ChasePlane? Oh, what happened there? What happened there? Really enjoyable. I think, in my opinion, the best thing to probably use is something like Beyond ATC or say Intentions, although I haven't checked what their traffic is like. Admittedly, I've not seen their AI traffic for myself. Well, no, we'll have to have a catch-up, mate. Yeah, I need to get down to Liverpool and have a few hours playing spotting with a couple of you guys. I mean, come next year, I'm going to be very limited of what I'm going to be able to do for a while, you know, as you can imagine. Nothing moving around. Oh, hang on. We've got something moving around. What have we got? There we go. Got a lovely jet blue with the special livery on there. Moving out. I'm inclined just to do kind of a plane spotting live stream where I just maybe just press the auto spot on and just let it live stream, you know, if that makes sense. Still no moving aircraft coming from the sky or anything. Probably has to be left for a little bit, but we've got things moving on the ground at least. Got a oh, what's going on there with this one? This one's and is that floating or is it just my perspective? It looks weird. No, it's not. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. This has been great, and I absolutely love this update. It's as I say, if you're heading into your ChasePlane manager download and you install this update and you find that it's not in there, if you head back out, quit your sim, go back into the manager and press on previous versions. The newest update is what did the guys say? What did the guys say? It was like something like 6.19. I think they've done a latest update, haven't they? 32. Yes. So 32.6.19 is the latest. So download that from the previous update section on the manager, and it will give you the latest spotting updates. Is what you've been looking at tonight on this live stream. And you'll be able to do all this lovely virtual plane spotting, which I think just works so well. I'm beyond pleased with how it all works. Got a bit of a line going out now. Got a couple of regional jets. Got a A321. For some reason, I always misidentified the A321 as the 757. I don't know how, because it's Boeing and Airbus. I don't know how I do it. I know people are having a laugh now, going, "How are you I misidentifying a 757 as an A321?" I just do for some reason. Sometimes it's just like, there's that jet blue with a lovely livery on there. Hello, I missed the stream. No worry, definitely rewatch it. Definitely want to look at. ChasePlane's new spotting feature is wonderful, and I encourage everyone to check this out. Get your manual spotting camera set up as well, so you can. Oh, you've had a nightmare there, son. You can't park there, mate. But yeah, if you get your sort of manual spotting camera set up, you can manually track. You can manually track with your camera and then lock onto the aircraft. I mean, Chicago's just going to be all these regional jets. Look at the old Continental livery on that United there. Don't know why that keeps on doing that though. Right, guys, thank you so much. This has been fantastic. If you are rewatching, let me know what you think in the comments. I've linked the ChasePlane product page if you still don't have ChasePlane for whatever reason in the video description, the stream description. I don't know when I'm going to be back. I haven't got anything scheduled in just yet for a live stream, but do keep an eye on the channel because there will be INI builds in Malta at some point. I'll be doing a live stream for that. No doubt I will try and do some other virtual plane spotting live stream again. That isn't showing the functions off as much, but just doing some raw virtual plane spotting rather than showing how it all works. But yeah, massive thanks for Parallel 42 again for coming into the live chat and everyone in the live chat today. Keep an eye out. I'm going to try and start editing the video for kind of the first couple of parts of building this Airbus cockpit. If you didn't know already, I am building a captain side Airbus cockpit, which I really want to get into and start flying soon, because it's been so long that I've done any kind of flying and stuff. Will you be doing anything for the Azure Poly? Raphael, fortunately not. I did provide them with a couple of videos kind of early on in development, but no. I mean, I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there who fly the fast jets on their channel exclusively, and they're definitely the guys to go and look at, because they do it so well. But no, I won't be on this occasion. I won't be. I'm likely next aircraft that I'll be showcasing on the channel most likely is going to be the 757, but there's no confirmation on that, folks, at all. I'm just guessing. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. Yeah. It's a great ending. It's a great ending. That is going to be it for me. As I say, keep an eye out. I'm building this cockpit. I've recorded a load of footage, so I want to get some video edited up for you guys to see, even if it's just the first part, me messing about trying to make the wood frame and stuff. That's fine. But yeah, I'll have more live streams to come, folks. Just at the minute, I don't know when that'll be. Sorry, I haven't got a clue when that's going to be. Hopefully not too soon. Sorry, hopefully not too long. Hopefully soon. I'm going now. I'm going. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you again soon.